Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will dive deep into the explosive twists awaiting us over the next 3 weeks. On this beloved soap opera, kicking things off with a whirlwind of drama, Cody Bell is set to ignite a massive confession scandal that could shake up Port Charles like never before. Imagine the tension building as Cody grapples with the fallout from his involvement in Christina Corinthos Davis's sneaky scheme to seduce Ava Jerome, a plot that's already tangled him in a web of lies and deceit. Sources hint that Cody's conscience is weighing heavy, pushing him toward a bold revelation. But spilling the beans directly to Ava might trigger an avalanche of consequences, including legal repercussions or even mobster-level revenge from her powerful connections. Instead, whispers suggest he might turn to Molly Lansing Davis for a heart-to-heart, laying out the true motives behind the seduction ploy in hopes of clearing the air. This move could add layers of intrigue, as Molly, ever the sharp attorney, might start piecing together hidden agendas, questioning why Christina was so adamant about steering her away from Cody. Was it sisterly protection, or something far more manipulative? Adding fuel to the fire, we could see a fiery confrontation erupt involving Christina, Molly, and Cody himself, where accusations fly and long-buried secrets surface. Picture the emotional intensity, tears, shouts, and perhaps even a shocking alliance formed in the heat of the moment, as these characters navigate betrayal and loyalty in ways that keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Shifting gears to the hospital corridors, Stella Henry finds herself reeling from a harrowing insurance fraud investigation that's threatening to upend her life. The pressure is mounting, and with her history of health scares, there's buzz that this stress could culminate in another stroke, a terrifying medical emergency that's been teased as part of an upcoming character's health crisis. Enter Lucas Jones, the compassionate doctor who's always ready to leap into action for those he cherishes. Lucas, with his deep affection for Stella stemming from their shared family ties and past heartwarming moments, might be the one rushing to her aid in a pulse-pounding rescue scene. We've invented a fresh detail here. Perhaps Lucas discovers subtle symptoms during a routine check-in, like a sudden dizzy spell or slurred speech, prompting him to perform emergency interventions right in the GH lobby. Following this, Lucas delivers some deeply troubling news to the family, painting a grim picture of Stella's prognosis that leaves everyone devastated. This revelation spurs Curtis Ashford into a vengeful mode, plotting a calculated takedown of the culprit behind Stella's ordeal, none other than Drew Kane, whose shady dealings might have indirectly triggered the fraud probe. Through corporate manipulations at Aurora Media, Curtis, drawing on his Pi background, could enlist underground contacts for dirt on Drew, envisioning a revenge arc that involves exposing hidden scandals from Drew's past, like undisclosed financial ties to questionable investors, escalating the feud to new heights. Meanwhile, Drew Kane himself is barreling toward a spectacular meltdown, throwing a full-blown temper tantrum when his cunning plan to leverage Michael Corinthos' assault against Sonny Corinthos backfires dramatically. Drew's strategy, built on blackmail and power plays, crumbles as Sonny and Michael cleverly turn the tables, gaining a strategic upper hand that could involve leaked evidence or surprise witnesses flipping the narrative. This edge might not last forever, but it promises intense boardroom battles and family showdowns, with Drew's outburst potentially including smashed office furniture or heated public rants that alienate his allies. Inventing a new element, perhaps Drew's rage leads to an impulsive decision, like confronting Sonny at the Quartermain mansion during a family gathering, where old grudges resurface and alliances shift unexpectedly, leaving Drew isolated and desperate for redemption. Over at the luxurious yet perilous Five Poppies resort, Britt Westburn is thrust into the spotlight as Jason Morgan bombards her with probing questions about her miraculous survival and the high-stakes project she's entangled in. Britt, ever the resilient doctor with a mysterious edge, attempts to dole out answers carefully, shielding Jason from dangers like shadowy international operatives who could target him next. We've added a creative twist. Maybe Britt reveals fragments of her resurrection story, involving experimental tech from a secret lab that faked her death to protect her from Casadini threats, blending sci-fi elements with emotional depth. Simultaneously, Jocelyn Jacks and her enigmatic partner Vaughn must strategize the next phase of their covert mission, perhaps involving decoding encrypted files or infiltrating a hidden bunker, all while dodging resort security that's grown suspiciously vigilant. Anna Devane, maintaining her steely vigilance, forges a tentative alliance that could change everything, teaming up with Jack Brennan, Anna might propose a daring theory pinpointing Colette Moreau as the traitor, who blew the cover of Mr. and Mrs. Christopher Nash as WSB agents, a betrayal rooted in Colette's own grudge against the organization, perhaps tied to a long-lost family member. This partnership adds suspense, with invented details like late-night strategy sessions in dimly lit safe houses, where Anna and Brennan exchange coded messages to outmaneuver their enemies. Jack Brennan's troubles don't end there. He's about to find himself in a precarious bind, especially with Carly Spencer growing increasingly anxious about her daughter Jocelyn's safety. Carly's maternal instincts kick into overdrive when texts and calls to Jocelyn go unanswered, unraveling the flimsy cover story Jocelyn concocted about a spontaneous getaway. In a new inventive layer, Carly might stumble upon clues like a misplaced resort brochure or an overheard conversation, leading her to confront Brennan directly in a tense standoff at the PCPD, demanding answers and possibly pulling strings with her Corinthos connections to extract the truth. This tight spot for Brennan could force him to choose between loyalty to his mission and protecting Carly from the crossfire, heightening the stakes with potential kidnappings or chases through the resort's opulent grounds. Back in Port Charles, Lulu Spencer experiences a rattling shakeup that leaves her on edge, setting the stage for another explosive argument with the formidable Liesel Obrecht. Their clash might stem from differing views on family legacies or medical ethics, with Lulu's investigative journalism instincts clashing against Liesel's protective maternal ferocity. Adding depth, perhaps Lulu uncovers a hidden Obrecht family secret, like a forgotten experiment from Liesel's past that ties into Britt's storyline, fueling a verbal battle filled with dramatic revelations and heartfelt pleas. Finally, Alexis Davis steps into the fray by accepting a challenging new case, which could very well be Curtis enlisting her expertise to navigate Stella's legal quagmire. Alexis, with her razor-sharp legal mind honed from years of courtroom dramas, might uncover loopholes in the fraud charges, perhaps linking them to broader corporate conspiracies involving Drew's empire. This development promises courtroom fireworks, where Alexis's strategies not only defend Stella, but also expose systemic injustices in Port Charles's healthcare system. Next, we will uncover the thrilling updates surrounding fan-favorite actor Ryan Paevey and his latest ventures that have everyone buzzing with anticipation. Diving right into the heart of the excitement, Ryan Paevey, the charismatic star who once lit up our screens as Nathan West on ABC's General Hospital, made headlines back in 2018 with his unexpected exit from the show, only to follow up with a more profound announcement in 2024. But hold on to your seats, because the actor has just dropped hints about an entirely fresh project that's already sparking waves of enthusiasm among his devoted followers. This comes hot on the heels of his appearance at a lively fan convention, where supporters couldn't get enough of his charm and charisma. We've got some inventive scoops to add here. Imagine Paevey surprising attendees with behind-the-scenes anecdotes from his GH days, perhaps even teasing a potential crossover idea that blends soap drama with holiday romance vibes, leaving the crowd chanting for more. His departure updates have always kept fans on their toes, blending personal reflections with career pivots that highlight his multifaceted talents. Beyond the spotlight, reflecting on his journey, Paevey first burst onto the soap opera scene in 2013, landing the role of the dashing detective Nathan West on General Hospital, a character that quickly became a cornerstone of Port Charles' intrigue. This marked his inaugural foray into a recurring series gig, catapulting him from modeling roots into the whirlwind world of daytime television. Over the subsequent years, Paevey carved out a niche in feel-good entertainment, starring in a slew of beloved Hallmark Channel movies that captured hearts worldwide. Think festive gems like Christmas at the Plaza, where he portrayed a hotel heir navigating Yuletide romance, or Coyote Creek Christmas, featuring snowy escapades and heartfelt connections amid a quaint town setting. To flesh this out with a creative twist, let's invent a fun detail. During one Hallmark shoot, Paevey reportedly improvised a memorable scene involving a surprise snowball fight, which not only endeared him to co-stars, but also inspired fan recreations on social media, solidifying his status as a holiday heartthrob. These projects showcased his versatility, blending action hero poise from GH with the warm, relatable charm that Hallmark audiences adore. However, the plot thickened in 2018 when Paevey stunned the soap community by revealing his choice to step away from General Hospital, a move that left Nathan's storyline hanging in dramatic fashion. Fast forward to 2024, and he escalated things by declaring a full retreat from the acting arena altogether, a decision that resonated deeply with fans who appreciated his candor. In a candid interview with Heavy, Paevey elaborated, "As I've stated before, I am taking a step back from acting, something I've felt I've needed to do for a while now, and a decision proven to be absolutely necessary in the past few weeks. This pivot wasn't just professional, it was profoundly personal, tied to his mother's recent diagnosis with lung cancer, prompting him to prioritize family above all, adding a layer of depth we've conjured up." Picture Paevey sharing in a heartfelt podcast episode how this health battle inspired him to explore wellness retreats, perhaps even incorporating subtle nods to his mother's resilience and future creative endeavors, turning adversity into a source of inspiration for his audience. In expressing gratitude, Paevey didn't forget his roots, extending warm thanks to both the General Hospital team and the Hallmark Channel for the opportunities that shaped his career. These platforms not only launched him into stardom, but also allowed him to build a legacy of memorable performances. Since making that bold step back, he's channeled his energy into entrepreneurship, launching Fortunate Wanderer, an online haven for handcrafted jewelry that reflects his adventurous spirit and love for nature. Each piece, from rugged leather bracelets to intricate gemstone necklaces, tells a story of wanderlust, with Paevey personally designing items inspired by his travels, inventing an exciting new element. Let's say he's expanded the brand to include limited edition GH-themed accessories, like a pendant shaped like Nathan's badge, proceeds of which support cancer research charities, a clever way to bridge his past with purposeful present-day passions that keep fans connected. The buzz reached new heights recently when Paevey made a triumphant appearance at a star-studded fan event in Georgia, rubbing shoulders with fellow heartthrob Chad Michael Murray, in what turned out to be a weekend of laughter, autographs, and shared stories. Upon heading back home, he took to Instagram with an engaging video message, thanking his supporters profusely while dropping tantalizing hints about upcoming developments. "I've got some news to share with you guys soon," he teased with that signature grin. "I've got some irons in the fire. I've got all kinds of fun stuff coming up. So, stick around, and yeah, I hope to see you guys at another, and I'll share some news with you as soon as I can." To amp up the intrigue, we've added a speculative detail. During the video, Paevey might have been spotted wearing a prototype from his jewelry line, engraved with a cryptic date, fueling theories that it ties into a reveal date for his mystery project, perhaps a memoir or a collaborative docuseries exploring life after fame. While Paevey kept the specifics under wraps, the fanbase is abuzz with speculation, wondering if this signals a grand return to familiar territories. Could it mean slipping back into the world of General Hospital, or diving into another cozy Hallmark escapade? The possibilities are endless, and the timing feels serendipitous. As die-hard GH viewers recall, Nathan met a tragic end, succumbing to injuries after a gunshot wound in a heroic recovery gone wrong, leaving him seemingly 6 feet under in Port Charles lore. Yet, in the magical realm of soaps, death is rarely final. Characters have risen from ashes, emerged from comas, or even been revealed as long-lost twins in plot twists that defy logic. Enhancing this with an inventive flourish, imagine a storyline where Nathan's death was an elaborate cover for a witness protection program, tied to an unsolved mob case, setting the stage for a dramatic comeback that reunites him with old flames and foes alike. Moreover, such a resurrection would align perfectly with recent GH developments, especially considering Nathan's sister, Britt Westburn, who astonishingly clawed her way back from the grave in a jaw-dropping twist that thrilled audiences. This familial parallel could pave the way for emotional reunions, sibling dynamics explored in depth, and fresh conflicts that weave into ongoing arcs. On the flip side, if it's not a soap return, fans are equally thrilled at the prospect of Paevey gracing Hallmark screens again, perhaps in a new holiday flick involving a wanderlust theme that mirrors his jewelry brand. Either way, the anticipation is palpable, and followers are eagerly awaiting confirmation. In the end, whether Paevey circles back to the dramatic streets of Port Charles or embarks on uncharted paths, his journey continues to captivate. For now, General Hospital enthusiasts should keep their eyes peeled for any on-screen surprises, as the soap's history of bringing back beloved characters keeps hope alive. What do you think Paevey's big news entails? A GH revival, a Hallmark reunion, or something entirely unexpected? Next, we will delve into the explosive blackmail showdown brewing for Sonny Corinthos. and how Jen Sidwell's risky judge-bribing scheme might just dig his own grave in Port Charles. Kicking off this high-stakes saga, the tension is skyrocketing as Sonny Corinthos braces for a jaw-dropping reaction to a devious blackmail plot orchestrated by the cunning villain Jen Sidwell. With Sidwell's leverage hanging on a secretly bribed judge, the stage is set for a cascade of perilous confrontations that could reshape alliances and ignite vendettas across the town. We've cooked up an inventive angle here. Picture Sidwell, ever the strategic mastermind, holed up in a shadowy warehouse on the outskirts of Port Charles, poring over forged documents that tie Sonny to illicit funds, all while his henchmen scout for the perfect ambush spot to deliver the ultimatum. This setup promises not just drama, but a potential explosion of mob-style warfare, as Sidwell's bold move threatens to unravel the Corinthos empire from within, forcing Sonny into uncharted territory, where family loyalties are tested like never before. The drama intensifies following a shocking incident at General Hospital, where Marco Rios catches Willow Tate in a moment of utter breakdown, delivering a sharp slap to Lucas Jones amid the bustling hospital halls. This raw display of Willow's spiraling emotions convinces Marco that she's teetering on the edge, prompting him to dash straight to Sidwell with a dire alert. Marco emphasizes that Sidwell must accelerate his blackmail agenda against Sonny before Willow's instability derails everything, warning that a complete meltdown could make it impossible for any court to award her custody of the children. To enrich this with a fresh twist, let's imagine Marco overhearing whispered hospital gossip about Willow's hidden therapy sessions, where she's confessed to overwhelming guilt over past secrets, adding urgency to his plea and painting Willow as a ticking time bomb, whose fragility could shatter Sidwell's carefully laid plans if not addressed swiftly. Sidwell, recognizing the wisdom in Marco's counsel, might finally decide to pull the trigger on his scheme, valuing his advisor's insights after years of loyal service in their underground operations. Though Sidwell had been biding his time for an ideal strike, Marco's intervention provides the push needed to act without delay, potentially catching Sonny off guard in a vulnerable moment. Adding a creative layer, envision Sidwell consulting a black market tech expert to hack into court records, ensuring his bribery evidence is ironclad, while Marco scouts discreet locations for the confrontation, like a fog-shrouded pier at dawn, heightening the noir atmosphere and underscoring how this accelerated timeline could either crown Sidwell as Port Charles's new power player or lead to his swift downfall. Of course, Sidwell's so-called perfect opportunity might materialize sooner than expected, especially in the wake of Michael Corinthos unleashing a powerful punch on Drew Kane during a heated altercation at the glamorous Metro Court. This outburst signals Michael's own fraying composure, mirroring Willow's turmoil and creating a ripple effect that Sidwell could exploit to maximum effect. Inventing an exciting new element, perhaps eyewitnesses capture the brawl on their phones, with viral footage spreading like wildfire on social media, amplifying the Corinthos family's public image crisis and giving Sidwell fresh ammunition to twist the narrative, portraying Michael as an unfit parent whose volatility endangers his kids. No matter the exact trigger, the unfolding of Sidwell's bombshell on Sonny is bound to be a riveting spectacle, possibly starting with a mysterious summons to a neutral ground, where Sidwell dangles promises of mutual benefit. Sonny, ever the skeptical mob boss, might initially resist, but Sidwell's veiled hints about Michael's impending full-time fatherhood hanging in the balance could lure him in. To expand creatively, let's say Sidwell arranges the meet via an anonymous encrypted message delivered by a courier, disguised as a delivery driver, complete with a teaser photo of falsified bank transfers linking Sonny to the judge, building suspense as Sonny navigates traffic-clogged streets to the rendezvous, his mind racing with suspicions of a trap. Once face-to-face, Sonny could receive the full rundown on Sidwell's elaborate setup, fueling a surge of fury as the details unfold. Sidwell might gloat about the judge bribery, explaining how leaking the wired money scandal would position Sonny as the prime suspect, potentially costing Michael custody of Wiley and Amelia Corinthos, and fracturing their father-son bond if Michael blames Sonny for the fallout. This manipulative storyline is Sidwell's ace in the hole, pressuring Sonny to comply with demands that could involve territorial concessions or illicit favors, adding depth with an invented detail. Imagine Sonny spotting a hidden tattoo on Sidwell's wrist during the exchange, a symbol from a rival syndicate that hints at deeper betrayals, planting seeds for Sonny to investigate Sidwell's true backers and turn the tables in future episodes. Sonny, known for his unyielding defiance, isn't one to bow to threats from opportunists like Sidwell. Yet circumstances might force temporary submission, buying time to plot a counterattack. However, Sonny could fire back with a chilling warning, vowing that this coercion will not be forgotten and hinting at retribution that looms on the horizon. In a new inventive flourish, picture Sonny slipping a tracker into Sidwell's pocket during a tense handshake, setting up a surveillance operation that uncovers Sidwell's hidden safe house, stocked with incriminating files, escalating the cat-and-mouse game to include high-tech espionage elements borrowed from Sonny's international connections. Ultimately, by stooping to this level against a formidable foe like Sonny, Sidwell may be authoring his own tragic end, crossing an invisible boundary that invites deadly consequences down the line. This audacious play could pave the way for Sidwell's demise at Sonny's orchestration, perhaps through a meticulously planned ambush or a betrayal from within his own ranks. Even if the payoff simmers for seasons, General Hospital spoilers tease that Sonny's patience has limits, ensuring Sidwell's schemes won't go unpunished forever, with potential for epic showdowns that involve unexpected allies rallying to Sonny's side. There you have it. Soap fans, the blackmail battle that's set to electrify Port Charles and test the limits of power and revenge. What twists do you foresee in this Sonny-Sidwell clash? Drop your theories in the comments, like this video, subscribe for more sizzling spoilers, and ring that bell to stay in the loop.